This is James Corbett of CorbettReport.com, reporting from Osaka, Japan, on the 11th of March 2012, the one-year anniversary of the earthquake and tsunami that shook this island nation's northeast and set into motion the chain of events that led to the disaster at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. And on this solemn anniversary, more news that seems destined to raise the ire of a country already outraged at the way that its government handled this crisis. Fresh reports have emerged this week that the Japanese government was advised within 4 hours of the onset of the earthquake that the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant was in danger of meltdown. We now know that meltdown did indeed occur at 3 of the plant's 6 reactors, a fact known by the plant's operator, the Tokyo Electric Power Company, within days of the events, but withheld from the public for 3 months. This latest report is sure to stiffen the resolve of Japan's burgeoning anti-nuclear movement, and as the nation pauses to remember and mourn the loss of 1 year ago, a series of marches and rallies are set to take place here in Osaka and across the country, with an aim to putting an end to Japan's nuclear power industry.
The day's events included lectures, speeches, and even reading of Japanese haikus.
原子炉を作ったものに直させよ。原子炉を作ったものに直させよ。宮崎志麻子。国難に
Musical events and dances were also part of the protest. The day culminated in a march through downtown Osaka, where thousands of people took their message to the streets.
Toにかくどっから見てもこんなにおかしいものはないんで、ほとんど誰にとっても得にならないものだから、これはもうやめるしかないと思います。
もう日本はこんなに世界にも迷惑かけましたし、日本中大変です。もう本当に日本が原発を止めるのを応援してほしいし、世界でもドイツのようにやめていってほしいと思います。
The march in Osaka was just one of dozens of such events that took place around the world in solidarity with the Japanese anti-nuclear movement and in commemoration of the first anniversary of the start of the Fukushima crisis. Similar marches, rallies, and events took place in cities around the world, including Ottawa, New York, Paris, Brussels, Buenos Aires, Cape Town, Hong Kong, and Koriyama, just 60 kilometers away from Fukushima Daiichi itself.
And even as the people of Japan make their voices heard on the streets of Osaka and around the country, there are signs that there is a remarkable change happening in a country that is remarkably resistant to it, as all but 2 of the nation's 54 nuclear reactors have been shut down since the Fukushima reactor incident for scheduled maintenance, with no signs of any of them coming back online anytime soon. And the last 2 remaining reactors are scheduled to be shut down for maintenance this spring, meaning that Japan will be nuclear power free during the peak summer electricity season for the first time in recent history this year. But even as the people make their voice heard and these remarkable changes continue happening in Japan, given the entrenchment of the nuclear industry in Japan and its collusion with the supposed regulatory bodies of the Japanese national government that has been exposed by the Fukushima crisis, it remains to be seen whether or not these protesters will have their voices heard and nuclear power will leave the shores of Japan for good. From Osaka in Western Japan, this is James Corbett of CorbettReport.com.